you guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you had a wonderful. How was it?
What's up, guys? Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. So welcome to another video. In this session, we're going to be specifically working with my CDMs. I'm working with two amazing players. The first one is going to be Alex right here, and then also Evan. So we started off this session with a nice easy 5-minute jog with the ball to get the body warmed up, and then we moved in immediately into some juggling right here. Alex is absolutely destroying the outside of the foot juggling, which is extremely difficult, and he's making it look easy. We then moved into some basic fundamentals, working on single foot cone drills, just staying sharp. And then after this, Alex and I set up the skills net, because in this session we were going to really focus on finishing, and I just wanted to have another thing to really help focus with the finishing and the placement, especially the placement. And what's great about the skills net, it has like those holes in the top right, bottom left, and it just makes it a little bit more challenging and more focusing on those areas to aim for. And then we moved into our first finishing drill, which is just a basic turning and finishing. And the biggest emphasis in this drill was setting yourself up well for that shot, checking your shoulders, of course, but really taking a consistent touch in behind, passing that defender who's on your back to get yourself a good shot. So right here, what a great touch, a little bit too far for my liking, but the right idea. And this is something that Alex knows that we want to work on. Same with Evan, is that we really want to work on developing a good consistent touch. And for this session specifically, we worked on having somebody on your back, not necessarily to take the ball, but just to apply some pressure to work on making sure you're taking a good touch in behind past them to set yourself up for that shot. You want to have enough momentum so that you're able to get some power behind it, because if you take it out too wide, as you're going to see right there, you're not going to be able to get too much power on the shot. It's going to be a lot harder. And right here, this is where I kind of talked to Evan and explained to him, the touch you're taking is too wide, and it's requiring you to have to use a lot more energy to get a good shot off. Whereas if you set yourself up at like a 45-degree passing the player, it's going to be so much easier, because you'll be able to, number one, you'll be able to shield the ball away from the defender and get the shot off. And the second thing is that it's just going to be more natural path for your leg to go through the ball. And I told him the way you set yourself up is going to really dictate how well of a shot you're going to get. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's just going to make it a lot more difficult and less consistent. But towards the end, Alex and Evan were starting to do a much better job in terms of setting themselves up. I think with Alex, I think he was wearing a new pair of boots, not a new pair of boots, but a different pair of boots that he hasn't been wearing for a long time. And so his finishing just felt a bit different, because these boots are completely different from the Tiempos, and I know he felt the same way. And we just recently did a session and he brought out the Tiempos out again, and he was absolutely smashing bangers. So I think since he hasn't worn these boots in such a long time, it just gave a different feel for the ball. But his touches were definitely a lot better. They improved. You can tell right there, that's the touch I'm really looking for. Just a lot of momentum turning into that ball, so that he has the ability to get a good shot. Of course, you're not gonna, every touch, every shot's not gonna be perfect, but that's the point of getting all these repetitions. We want to get to a point where we can do it even under pressure. And I think having somebody on your back is just a good starting point. And then eventually, I would love to build up to a point where now can we do it with actual defending, where the defender is actually trying to take the ball away from you. But if you're somebody who's a beginner and you're struggling and you can't consistently do it without anybody on your back, or maybe somebody who's not even really applying pressure, then I think trying to do it with somebody trying to seize the ball is just too big of a leap. And I think you need to just break it down and start the fundamental part. Start from the beginning. Just get good at being able to do it consistently without that pressure. And once you're able to do it, set yourself up well consistently, and be able to place it well, then you can kind of build up to that. Now have somebody on your back, maybe trying to push you off a little bit, get you off balance. And then once that's too easy, now you can start having someone actually defend you. And I think sometimes a lot of players, they want to go to the most game realistic thing, But the reality is sometimes you just need to break it down and go back to the fundamental of the movement until you get it, and then move your way back up. And I think it's just you're gonna see a lot more progress like that. But yeah, like I said, I really just emphasize on the way you set up, trying to teach that to Evan, because it's just so important. I think if you take that turn and the touch isn't far away enough from you, it's going to be too easy for that defender to kind of stick their foot out and block that shot. And it has to be perfect. I mean, that's what we're striving here. We're striving for consistency and also, really good quality reps. And, obviously I can let him go on and continue to do those repetitions, but I really want to stop to make sure that he understands what he's doing, so that each rep he's actually analyzing, understanding what he's doing wrong, to the point where he knows how to correct himself. But overall, these guys did an amazing job. And then we moved into several other variations of this drill, but for the most part we really focus on this because I feel like as a CDM you're going to be turning a lot. And this is, CDMs are not going to be finishing on goal a lot, but they are going to be turning and passing the ball. And this is something that I feel like is going to translate really well. If you could turn with somebody in your back and place it where you want it, that's going to be the same exact thing. Turning and then being able to pass it to somebody with accuracy is going to translate really well. We also worked on a little bit of long distance finishing in this session, because as a CDM you're probably going to be a little bit further out, whereas the 10 is going to be definitely in front of you, who's going to have a lot more opportunities to score on goal, whereas the CDM is going to be sitting behind him. And I think there's going to be opportunities for that CDM to maybe hit a shot from distance, so that's something we really worked on as well. And you're going to see from the footage, this is something that I know Alex really want to get better on, and recently we just had a session and Alex hit an absolute screamer. I'm so excited for you guys to watch that video and see it. But you can tell he's really struggling here. I think he understands. He definitely knows what he was doing wrong. But the biggest thing that I saw was that his hips were coming across too far and aiming too out wide. And yeah, we definitely made that fix in the past session. I think he's finally starting to get it. And one thing is that if you're struggling with turning, you feel like the ball's kind of stuck, make sure that you point your toe down, because I feel like there's a lot of times where the ball kind of rolls up your foot, and I think that's due to the fact your foot is kind of pointed up and it's rolling up your foot. And right here you're going to see this is when we switched it up. We did a turn and finish, and then a layoff, open up, and then a long shot from distance. And this is where, this is going to be great footage for the guys to watch over, because they can really see themselves how they're taking that shot. And right there, this is where, like I said, Alex really wanted to work on that and get down, because I think his defending is amazing. I think his athletic ability is really good. He's in great shape. But I really want to work on him going forward. I think it's just going to make him more versatile as a CDM. And if he has the capability to score goals and, hit a shot from distance, why not? It's just going to make him such a better and more dangerous CDM player. I think CDM players being able to pass and distribute is great, but why not make him have the ability to be able to, beat players and score opportunities, right? So I think this was, a good way for us to, work on things that maybe a CDM player might not really work on as much. And I thought it's just good that we make him as versatile as possible before he goes over. And right there, Evan hits an absolute banger. And I think since Evan is definitely not the biggest player in the world, but I feel like his technical ability is so superior. And I really want to work on his strengths and things that he has control of, which is, his ability to use both feet and his technical ability. I think that's going to help him a lot, because at the end of the day, you can be big, but if you don't have that technical quality and you don't know how to, use your body, I feel like you're at some point it's going to be hard to go against those players who have both. And so I really want to work on that with Evan, being able to play quick, be very sharp on the ball, and just be extremely technical. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much the rest of the video. I think we end this video with a little bit of finishing long shots on the left side and a little bit of PKs at the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed this long video. I know it's a lot, but hopefully if you're somebody who's a CDM player and you're looking for drills to do by yourself or with some friends, I feel like this would be a great drill. You're definitely going to need somebody to pass you some of the balls for these drills. I don't think you can do these by yourself, but I'm sure you can come up with some different variations for sure. But I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Thank you guys for watching, and comment down below what was your favorite part or what else I should film, and I'll definitely get that, to you. So as always, it's a great day to get better, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. Everybody said we're only scoring bangers today on the PKs. Oh my. 2 for 2. My gosh. Daddy, chill.